in Garden City, which is not as pretty a place as it sounds.
When Gardener Pablo showed her a special flower in his greenhouse, everything changes for Uniqua. Flower power. Uniqua's in the backyard holding a basket of flowers. She introduced herself as the viewer. As flower seller Uniqua, a florist, she sings, "Things are always rosy." As she explains her job, the backyard transforms into a large city known as Garden City. Uniqua happily gives window washer Tyrone and trolley driver Tasha some flowers. Then she noticed they run out of flowers, so she says they'll go to Gardener Pablo's greenhouse to restock. After exchange greetings, Pablo offers to look at the many new flowers they came recently. Well, we filled the basket with all her favorites. After watering some flowers, Uniqua noticed that strange bud of the shut. After coming to the conclusion that needs more sunlight, she carries it to the window. The bud opens as soon as it put it in the window. They reveal to the beautiful flower. At this time, Pablo comes over, bring her basket with him. As they comments about the beauty, he tells her never saw the bud bloom before. Uniqua attempts to pick the flower to smell it, but is pricked up by one on its thorns.
What'd you say?
As the reply to Pablo's concerns about her. She tells him that she got pricked and not to worry since that happened to her all the time, especially since she spends most of her time with flowers. Pablo agrees with her and hands over the basket. As he turns around to head back to work, suddenly the patch of flowers shoot from Uniqua's hand. "No, come on!" and lands right behind him. He turns around surprised, asks her if she did that. Uniqua self and surprised as she tells him not that she doesn't know. That from her hand fireworks start shooting above them. The third time a cloud of pollen springs forth and leads to plenty of sneezing and coughing of Pablo, who got hit. Uniqua asks what is going on with her, to which Pablo replies that the strange flowers got pricked on the finger and gave her some special flower powers. He scoops up a spitful of dirt and tells her that basically she's a big walkie-talkie flower afterwards. He drops the dirt on her head. Then he says the flowers need water and sprays some from spray bottle on her. Uniqua begins to float. And the most important of all, he told her, is sunlight. And it opens the window. Uniqua states that she feels the power and she floats higher and higher. She finally hits her head and coming tumbling down. She gives her expecting sigh and wonders how be able to do her job like as she is now. Pablo calms her down by saying this just needs practice her powers. And Pablo and Uniqua saying, superhero practice. As Uniqua practiced her control powers as she transformed into a new outfit. Before leaving, she tells Pablo that she's just not a flower seller, she's also a flower girl, the superhero in the Garden City. She flies out to make Garden City beautiful with flowers. Meanwhile, trolley driver Tasha and window washer Tyrone see Flower Girl flying towards them. They argue, and it's a bird or a plane, but Uniqua flies over and introduces herself as Flower Girl. Then she begins decorating the town in flowers. Everybody's happy and amazed. Meanwhile, in a corner of the city, Austin, who was pretending to be an evil gloommeister, he's plotting his plan to destroy Flower Girl and the flowers. He shoots a ray of shadows as trolley driver Tasha causing her to drive down the street. But Flower Girl heard her yelling for help, and she rushes to her. Tasha closes her eyes, and she about to drive off the harbor because she couldn't see where she's driving. But Flower Girl shoots Flower into the ocean, and Tasha lands softly on them. As soon as trolley driver Tasha's home, thanks for Uniqua, she hears another cry of help, and she rushes the building where she sound to come from. It turns out that the Gloomeister shot some shadows the flower-grown building where window washer Tyrone was working it. Tyrone cannot see where he is washing and falls. Tyrone cannot see where he's washing. Flower Girl makes it fall just in time to make it giant flower to cousin this fall. Flower Girl tries to find the evildoer who has caused the residents harm, and sees Gloomeister return to his underground lair in the sewer. Flower Girl flies the manhole lid open and flies after him as she tries to get her surroundings to get caught by a booby-trapped cage. Flower Girl tries to use the power to get out, but it did not work. Then Gloomeister comes out of his hiding spot and tells Flower Girl they can't break his cage because it made it flower poop, no dirt, no water, and no sunlight. The Gloomeister transforms, introduces himself to the labs mechanically, and Flower Girl asks if it is his true love. The Gloomeister answers no, and not only does it look scary, and shows her his real laugh, a combination of giggles and snorts. Flower Girl agrees that the first laugh was better. The Gloomeister and Flower Girl sing, "Me and my shadows." He presents Flower Girl with a Gloomsday machine saying that will make the whole city dark and gloomy, and laughs his actual laugh again. He corrects himself by laughing the other way. He presses the button. A part of the ceiling slides up and sunlight comes out of the opening. The Gloomeister uses the machine to shoot shadows through the opening platform, take his Gloomsday machine outside to cover more of the city, and leaves Uniqua in the seal. While Flower Girl is in the cage, the platform descends back, allowing some sunlight to come through the opening in the ceiling. Since her powers work with sunlight, she barely reaches some of it, and uses the power to get out of the cage. She grows a giant sunflower, and climbs onto the sewer. Meanwhile, all three citizens reach the last bit of the light and play for Flower Girl. To help them, Flower Girl comes to destroy the shadows with the colorful beams. Instead of being sad, the Gloomeister begins singing, "This is my song," as they argue and start battling the powers. The citizens are watching, hoping the Flower Girl will win the battle. The Gloomeister catches her off guard and uses the opening to shoot the shadow from the Gloomsday machine of her, causing her to gasp and shudder. Uniqua doesn't give up, telling the Gloomeister they forgot about disable one power. This is not to bend on sunlight, dirt, or water. Instead, she asks the Gloomeister to say sneeze, and shoots a full blast of pollen right at him, and he stumbles around blindly. All the while sneezing to get the pollen away, he accidentally turns off his machine by bumping into it. Uniqua, being freed, destroyed the device by covering it with flowers. Gracioso! No! The citizens ask Gloomeister what he did not like flowers, and he sadly answers that he is scared of them, to tell him not to be afraid and show him how good they smell. He changes his feelings and now loves flowers. The awesome redubs his characters. Bloomeister and the Bloommeister, he has to be Flower Girl's sidekick, and Flower Girl accepts and invites them all over to her house for sunflower seeds to save Tyrone's growling tummy. The city transformed back into a backyard, and they sang the end song. They rushed to Uniqua's house to shut the door, only to open again with all of them shout flower power. Flower Sailor Uniqua and Flower Girl, Gardener Pablo, Window Washer Tyrone, Trolley Driver Tasha, Gloomeister and Bloommeister. Things are always rosy. Superhero practice, me and my shadows. This is my song.